Today we're going to be bringing you a review of the new game, Evolve, by 2K and Turtle Rock Studios. Evolve is the 4v1 multiplayer shooter. This game is going to be another one of those Titanfall Destiny situations where it's going to be split right down the middle on everybody who plays it.
Not worth $60.
Absolutely not.
That thing killed me. That stupid fucking space deer killed me.
Because you have a game that is just pretty much multiplayer. Because let's face it, they say that there's solo and it's a single player. It's not. It's multiplayer. It does the same thing that Brink did, where it incorporates, a little bit of storylines into the multiplayer experience.
Hello? Anybody out there? We're the entrepreneurs out at 33-6 by 117. Some sort of beast is running around tearing the place up.
Yeah, beast is me.
There are new things in it that are interesting. It's just, it feels like it's 25% of a game. That's my biggest gripe, is that, the story of it's cool. The idea of the multiple hunters having to take on the one big creature is cool. You're not as strong, and then you eat these monsters, you have to run and hide, and then you evolve. That's alright. I mean, I think that's interesting, but if that was the multiplayer, and that was it, and then you can go to a story, and then play it, and then it would be nice, but you can't.
A Stage 1 monster has been spotted in the area. Hunters are called in to eliminate the monster threat as quickly as possible. The monster gets a head start at Stage 1 and needs to flee the area, kill wildlife, eat to gain energy, and stage up to become bigger and more powerful. The hunters arrive shortly after the monster and must track down, trap, and kill the monster before it gets too big. Monster tracks, broken trees, animal corpses, and bird sign are all indicators of the monster's presence.
Honestly, I sat there with you and we booted it up together, we watched it together, we played it together, and there's nothing about the game that I like.
The art of it's cool. The monsters look good. It's pretty. The graphics are good. Even the gameplay is fun. Like, it's good, it's fun, but it's just not enough.
When you compare this to like Titanfall, because I guess that's the biggest thing to compare it to, Titanfall is more fun.
You know what it is the Titanfall's pace was better. The matches were quick, people moved faster, it was more frenetic. This game it's more of a cat and mouse. When you're the hunters, you are just that. You're hunting. You have to find the monster. If birds are circling,
And your hunting dog.
your hunting dog sees the tracks of the monster. You see dead animal carcasses, and you basically track the thing. You're hunting this thing, and the monster has to fend you off as it evolves till it's level 3. Because basically, you're not winning unless you're a level 3 monster. That's it. It's a race. It's a race either for the hunters to stop you from evolving, or from you to evolve and then be able to actually face the hunters.
Run, you stupid thing!
You got hit with tranquilizer, man.
I'm already slow at it as it is.
I mean, the hunters have cool aspects to them. I think that the trapper class seems to be pretty unique and pretty different.
That's probably the most unique ones, the trapper class, because you have the harpoons that keep you in place. I think that you also get tranked, so they go slower. They also put up a dome.
The monster can't leave the dome as long as the dome is up.
It only lasts for a little while, so it's not too overpowering. I mean, the sense of co-op is awesome. It seems like you really need all your classes to actually take down the monster.
Right.
I mean, that's cool. It's not just for people crowding around the thing, shooting the holy hell out of it, and then the monster drops, and they're like, alright, we won! You have to use... The trapper has to trap it. The medic has to keep people alive, and everybody keeps, does their role. Which is, it's interesting, it's good, but it's just the overall scheme of it is just empty. Like, there's nothing to it.
Defend mode, the transport ship is loaded with civilians and is fueling up. A horde of monsters, led by a Stage 3 Alpha, is inbound. The ship's fuel pad is protected by 2 reinforced walls, each powered by a single generator. Hunters have been called in to defend the generators until the ship can finish fueling.
You play one match of the game, and you got the feel for the entire game.
And this one, you're just you have all the different areas, and you're doing the same thing in every single area. It's fun, but you have to give your time to it.
Right.
You have to rank up. You have to unlock the other monsters.
I mean, they try to switch it up. They give you a hold down the fort mode. You got your rescue the eggs mode.
There's only really 2 main modes, because you got your hunt mode, which is basically like your skirmish,
right?
And then you have your campaign mode, which is 5 variation matches that you have to go through either as the hunters or the alien, and then if the monster wins, an event will happen and that will change something.
Right.
And then it has multiple different outcomes and different routes that happen based on your outcome of whoever wins the match.
Destroys this power plant. The next mission will have radiation clouds, which will damage the hunters. If the hunters win, turrets will be powered up in the next map that will attack the monster. These are just 2 examples from a large variety of map effects that significantly impact gameplay from map to map. The winner of each mission will be granted bonus XP to be collected at the end of Day 5, where everything will be rationed, results in different combinations of mission types, environments, and win-loss effects, totaling over 800,000 possible combinations for the ultimate in replayability.
According to the game itself, but the game does feel the need to tell you, there's over 800,000 variations.
You know, it's funny you say that. You know what's fucking weird about this game? It feels the need to market itself to me, even though I already bought the fucking game. I would not recommend buying this at $60.
That's my biggest gripe about this game.
I would
You
not.
charge $60 for a quarter of a game.
It feels like a quarter. If this game had a strong single-player game, not even a strong single-player game, like a fun cooperative, going through, learning about all the different planets, all the different monsters, why they look like that, why, what they're doing there, why they're taking over the planet, and like that stuff would be interesting.
At least give me more than 2 forms of multiplayer modes.
I mean, I'm sure they'll have more coming in updates, but you just released the fucking game, and I'm already kind of bored with it. You can have this big, expansive world. You just shoot it away.
Just like Titanfall, the biggest complaint I have about that game is there was no single player.
Games don't need a single player, but it's nice to have. It
Right.
feels like you got your money's worth when you buy something.
When I paid $60 for it, I knew there was something else there.
Yes, at least there's that. You can do it by yourself, but it's not fun. It's not fun alone.
Depending on, I guess, the match or how the game's going, the AI could be ruthless and murder you.
Yes, the AI can hunt you down.
Or they could be really dumb and you could just murder them real quick.
I mean, gameplay-wise, the guns feel nice. You have different abilities. We play the assault class. You have your shield, and then you have these little mines that take a little while. Right. So you have to coordinate how to use everything. And then you have another variation of that, which one has a flamethrower, another guy has a shotgun and a rocket launcher. And I mean, they play nice. Every class plays different.
Assault class and the damage dealer in the group. When in combat, use the lightning gun to deal great damage. Lightning can also chain attack groups of enemies. Place arc mines for an ambush or close fight, but keep in mind they take a few seconds to arm. The assault rifle is great at long range. Using the personal shield. Wait until the monster is attacking, then activate it for temporary invulnerability.
It's just a shame that you can't further that. I can't see this game lasting in people's. I can't see people playing this a month or 2 from now. Titanfall lasted probably about 4 months, but that was only because there was nothing out at the time. Because that was fresh off of the console releases. All these other games coming out, I could see people just forgetting about this. There's nothing there to keep you playing, unless you're really that dedicated to it.
And then again, 4 versus 1, it's just not fun to me. It's not enough. It's not enough to do because it's not. First of all, it's not enough people. Depending if you're playing 4 versus 1, right? You might not even see the monster. The assault class that we picked was so slow.
Yeah, these people were just taking off on us.
That the entire team would be at the monster. By the time we got there, the monster was dead, halfway dead,
Or left.
or by the time we got there, everyone was murdered, and we were the only one left to get murdered.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, it's like there was only one monster. The maps are so big that I understand that you need the big map for the monster to hide.
Yeah,
and do what
the monster has to have a
and
fighting
give him
chance
the
in
thing,
itself.
right?
Yeah.
But I understand that. But I think the game, in my eyes, 4 versus 1 is fine, I guess. But I wouldn't mind maybe 4 versus 2.
But that the thing is about that is 4 versus 1 is fine if you have other things to do. 4 versus 1 for the entire game, it's so limiting.
It takes forever if you're a monster to get enough to eat enough to level up.
Yeah.
To evolve.
Yeah.
And once you evolve once, you have to evolve again, and you have to do the same process all over again to evolve again. And on top of that, The biggest problem is that if you're evolving and they catch you, they can hurt you while you're evolving. Because when you evolve, after you evolve, right, after you get to, from 1 to 2 or 2 to 3, they put you in a skill point menu. Use your skill points. While you're figuring out, what should I level up? The team can catch up to you and murder you.
Can they kill you while you do this?
They're trying.
Yes, they can. That's terrible. They trapped you in there too. That's ridiculous.
What the hell? It blew me up.
Oh, that's just rude.
You have a 5-second period after that menu.
Right.
It's like a cooldown mode for you to actually come out.
And it's not even a cooldown because they can murder you still. Again.
Yeah, they can still kill you.
Why would you give me an in-game menu when the game cannot be paused?
I could see it being a problem further down the line if, the people that are playing this game now, because you do level your monsters up, like eventually you can level up, your regular hits, you can level up your rock throws and all that, and I can see people that just get the game maybe like 2 weeks from now or maybe like a month from now being up against these ruthless monsters and not gonna be able to do anything because these monsters are gonna be everyone's gonna be so upgraded,
right?
And that skill gap is gonna be so wide. They're just gonna beat the shit out of people that don't have, the strong enough machine gun and the strong enough flamethrower to actually hurt them.
But even if they do add a way where you can just, go from here to there to catch up to them, then it just simply becomes a pay-to-win game.
It's just not enough. And I don't understand why games are doing this now, where they're giving you less and less and then asking for more money.
It's a decent game. It's good. It's fun. It has this potential to be a blockbuster game.
It seems like this generation, the new thing is to sell you on the future. You're buying a $60 game. It doesn't matter because that's it's not worth it. 6 months from now, it might be worth it. And I mean, the game did have problems. It did get pushed back a lot. How much are they going to sell you on the future? They could barely get the game out. How far along is the DLC now? I gotta wait how long? 6 months again now for this? So my $60 purchase it's gonna be long forgotten. It's gonna be long and forgotten. By the time the DLC
comes out,
who cares?
I don't want to play the game anymore.
I'm sick of DLC being your main selling point of your game. Your game should be a standalone title. It should stand on its own as a game. And this game just doesn't do that. Because it's trying to sell me on the future, not the present, not the $60 box I have in my hand.
A game, should be its own thing. It should stand on its own 2 feet. And then later on down the line, DLC should make you want to play the game again.
Even more.
It should be like, oh, that's cool. That DLC makes me want to grab that game off my shelf that I haven't played in a year or 6 months, whatever, and play it again.
It feels like a beta. I feel like this is the end it's like a beta. How do you rate this game?
My question is, right, what was the beta like then? If this is the actual game, what was the beta?
The beta was probably
the same thing?
It's probably
you might as well game of the game then.
You might as well. It's a shame because the game looks great. It's fun to play, but you have to be that kind of person that's gonna want to stick with it. Otherwise, you're gonna forget about it. Like we did. We played it and we were like, oh, this is neat and this is fun, and then that's it. And we moved on.
We finished that campaign mode in about an hour and a half, an hour for the monster side of it. And I was done with the game. I was done. There's only 3 monsters, and you can't unlock another monster until you level up the first monster all the way.
Yes.
So basically what you have to do is play as the first monster, the Goliath, play as him all the way, grind through it the entire time you play that game as him, unlock the Kraken. Play as the Kraken, unlock the Kraken all the way till the Kraken's done, play as the Wraith.
Yep. And then you're done.
So it's not even like
you're done.
It's not even like you really have a choice of monsters. You have a monster, you have that monster until you level him up.
Yep, exactly. He has to be fully leveled up before you get the other one. I would say that overall the game is disappointing. We have to come back in 6 more months when the fucking game is done, I guess.
I'm gonna give it a D. A D, just like in school. When you get half-ass work, you get a D. That's what it is. It's a D. It's a half-ass game.
Half-ass work? I would give it a C.
You don't give it a degree because you think it's pretty.
I would give it a C. It does look pretty. The monster designs are cool. The different hunters are cool. The way that you have to cooperative kill things is cool. But it's just not enough for me. I like my games. I want to play the game. I don't want to be done with the game in a week.
Games these days need to stop. A cool premise, such a cool monster. It plays fun. There's all this cool stuff in it, and then it's nothing to it.
And that's our half-ass review.
We'll see you next time.